Hey everybody, it's Dave and Tammy from Holiday for Two. And Patch. Can you see Patch? Hey Patch, say hi, Patch.
Seriously?
Oh,
Seriously?
seriously? That's how dogs say hi. We are starting our week-long White Mountain trip. And we just stopped here at the rim. And actually we're at a viewpoint along the rim. It's halfway between the 260 and Woods Canyon Lake. That's where we are. One of those little overlooks. So this is just a beautiful spot to stop and get pictures and look at the rim. It's a little breezy. You want to hold that for a second?
Sure.
This is a little parking area right here where you can park and hike around. They have a little hiking trail that goes along the rim right there. They have a couple little trails that you can walk around and benches. But the highlight is the view here. Let me show you. You do want to look out for rattlesnakes because we've seen them out here. Yes, rattlesnakes. Believe it or not, they like to sit underneath the rocks. There we go. Let's see if I can show you something here. Yikes. Woo. That's the 260 that comes up from Payson. And way over there is Four Peaks. So I think it's on the other side. Let me get over here. It's kind of breezy, so hopefully you'll hear me okay. There's Four Peaks way over there. Mount Ord is like right over there. I have no idea what those are called. I know this is the 260 and it goes into Payson. Yeah, I think. It's like a little ranger camp. A little... All right, I think we better head back to the motorhome. It's kind of breezy. Oh yeah, it's really breezy.
Stop trying to get to you.
Hi Patch, how you doing? It's the first time Patch has been to the White Mountains. All right, we'll head back to the motorhome. Over this way, Patch. Well, like I said earlier, this is the beginning of our White Mountain week-long trip. We're going to be hitting a couple of campgrounds, doing some dispersed camping. And so stay tuned as follow along. I'll show you, our first stop is going to be in a little bit. We're going to be at Canyon Point Campground. So that'll be our next stop, a campground that we haven't stayed at before. And it's a paid campground, but if you have one of the America the Beautiful pass cards, you can stay half price at Canyon Point Campground. Some of the spots at Canyon Point I hear have power, but we haven't been there before, so we'll check it out. If you like these videos, please give them a thumbs up. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and ring the bell on the side over there so you'll be notified when we put out more videos in the future. So in just a little bit, we're going to be stopping at Canyon Point Campground. Right now, Patch is chewing on his leash. Don't chew on your leash.
So someday when my ship comes in, I know just what we'll do. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two. We'll pack our bags and quit our jobs and have a holiday for two.
Well, let's take a little ride through Canyon Point Campground. This is a really nice campground. It has about 100 sites available. And we've heard for years that this is one of the most popular ones and one of the nicest ones on the Rim White Mountain area. So you come in this little office right to the left there. That's where you'll check in. They'll get you all set up. I'll show you at the end of the video, give you some information on how you can make reservations. Prices for the sites run $34 per night or $45 with electrical hookups. They have approximately 35 or 40 sites with electricity. If you have the senior access pass, it's going to be half price, so $17 per night for the regular sites with the access pass. 14-day stay limit. Now as we go off to the right here, these are going to be the sites, number 1 through 40. These are some of the sites that have electrical hookups. And I'm just going to let you look as we ride through the campsites. Approximately, these are going to be sites 1 through 40. And like I said, I really like this campground because the sites are well spaced out. You're not crammed together. In fact, we were closer together at the dispersed camping area than we were in this campground area. So if you really enjoy being well spaced and having some room between your campsites, this campground is one for you. You're gonna like this one. A couple of things that they have at this campground: they have hot showers, free if you camp there. They have approximately 3. I'm going to say 3 for the men, 3 for the women. We never had a problem getting in to get a shower. And it's hot water on demand, which was really nice. And so they have ice available also at the little host station, firewood. At this point in time in June of 2024, no open fires are permitted no longer because of the forest regulations. The Apache Reef's forest regulations stipulate right now no open fires until they lift those regulations, which sometimes happens, I want to say like in July, and if we have the monsoon rains come, then they'll lift those fire restrictions. You can, however, have propane, fire pits, barbecues, things like that, but no open fires. And that changed right as we went there. This was the first part of June, and she said the regulations had changed on that because they were allowing some open fires as long as it was in the fire pit, wood fires. And I'll give you some information on this at the end of the video. You can reserve these through recreation.gov website. I'll show you a link for that at the end of the video. Or you can call the number 877-444-6777 if you want to reserve spots. Honestly, if you go during the middle of the week like we did, look how many spots are open. And this was June. So if you get there and they have any available, they will try to get you a spot. And sometimes they let people switch spots from one day to the next if they see another spot they like better. There are mixtures of pull-through sites. Some are back-end sites, as you can see, and some are pull-through. We got a pull-through site, which I really like because you can pull through and not have to unhook your trailer. Sometimes if you pull through and you want to take your vehicle and go to the store or something, then you can unhook. But a lot of the sites were back-end, mixtures of back-end and pull-through sites, as you can see in the video. And the second loop, which is the B loop, is where we stayed in. Those are all, those do not have power. They do have restrooms available, as well as everybody has access to the shower facilities. They have an amphitheater area where they sometimes have, like ranger talks and things like that. Animals, we saw lots of big fat squirrels. I'll show some in the video later on as we do the second half of this. No other animals. Well, sometimes you do see occasionally maybe elk or deer, Rarely do you see bear, although it's always a possibility, so just keep that in mind. You want to watch out if you get closer to an area where there's water for things like bears and stuff. And right here is where you go into the B loop then. Should I go the wrong way? We're right there. Like I said, I really enjoy that this area has wide open campsites, lots of room in between. I'll give you more information as I do the second half of the video. Safe and happy travels wherever you're going. Don't forget, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, please. That helps so much. And thank you for your support. Don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned for more information. Have a great day. Bye. Hey everybody, it's Dave here. Welcome back. I like to add this section of the video for folks who are not really familiar with how to get to the campground or the area in the video that I'm talking about. So Canyon Point Campground is the campground we focused on at getting there for our first part of our trip. We also made a stop here at the Mogollon Rim Overlook, which is actually on the road just north of the 260 that you take to go to Woods Canyon Lake. And there's a lot of little overlooks there that you can look over the rim. Beautiful. If you're on the way up here, make a stop there. It's worth it to stop and just enjoy the beautiful view. Now, Canyon Point Campground is about 30 minutes east of Payson, approximately. You're going to take the 260 east, or if you're coming from the west side, you're going to come through Heber and then Overguard over here. And it's really weird because there's a point here where it switches from Tonto National Forest on this side to Sitgreaves National Forest on this side. So just be aware of that. Normally they have similar rules and stuff regarding fire restrictions and things. They do coordinate between the two areas, but just be aware of that. You're going to see a sign here somewhere in here where it switches from Tonto National Forest to Apache Sitgreaves National Forest. Or Sitgreaves National Forest. Sometimes they call it Apache Sitgreaves National Forest. I know that gets confusing, but they're all the same. A lot of the same things. So let's focus here on getting to Canyon Point. You're going to go past the rim center that we stopped at and looked over the rim. Continue on the 260. Don't go until you get to Forest Lakes. If you've gone that far, you've passed it. So you're going to look for Canyon Point Campground right there. So my suggestion, if you're going to use the campground here and you want to stay up in this area, is to get groceries well ahead of time. What we like to do is get groceries in Payson. That's what we always do, is get groceries in Payson at one of the stores that you like to shop at, and then come on up to the rim. Or if you're coming from the west side here, take maybe stop in Heber or Overguard. There's a lot of little markets there. Those are smaller communities. Your better chance is like if you're coming in from Show Low, stop in Show Low and get groceries. If you need last minute items when you get to Canyon Point Campground, there are a couple of little grocery stores, or I want to say little markets in Forest Lakes. Let me kind of zoom in here a little bit. So Canyon Point Campground, and then there's Forest Lake Estates. Beautiful little area with has some RV parking areas, storage areas and stuff, also cabins. But there are two little, they're not showing up on the map here. There's a little store right here. Forest Lakes General Store is the closest one to Canyon Point. It's like about 1.5 miles, 2 miles. If you go a little farther, there's a gas station and a grocery store, a little market right here called Rim Resort. And this is nice because they do have gas available. And when we were just there, I think it was I wish it was $2.99. It was $3.99 a gallon. which I didn't think was too bad considering it's up on the rim. So there's a little cafe there that is closed right now, but there is a cafe in town. And I can't seem to find it right here. I guess it's closer to the store. Yeah, right here near the lodge. The Roadhouse, there it is, 260 Roadhouse, little cafe right there. And what else is there to do? Let's see. If you have an ATV, there's lots of roads and trails to explore. Actually, our next video, we're going to show you the rest of the campground. And then we're also going to, on the video after that, we're going to explore the 237. So stay tuned for those. Let me zip over here to the recreation.gov website. This is the place to go when you want to reserve spots. Let's say you want to reserve Canyon Point Campground. Go up here and just start typing Canyon Point, oops, and it'll pop up here on your search. That's going to be Canyon Point right there. And then this will take you to the website where you can reserve any of the campsites that you find there. And some of these will have FF, which I think means first come, first serve. Or maybe not. If it's got an A, it's available. Some of these, remember, as I went through 1 through 40, have the A loop, loop A, those have electricity. Loop B do not, just so you kind of remember that. If you want the electrical spots, you're going to get 1 through 40. So anything that's number 1 through 40, this one right here will have electricity. Now, in the summertime, these are the spots that are going to go first. If you don't need electrical hookups, go for one of the other spots. As you can see, there's a lot more available of the higher numbers here. We were in spots 97, which just happened to be a pull-through. I don't even see it showing up here. But I'm not sure what the FFF means. What does that say there? Oh, okay. I believe anything that's marked FF is first come, first serve. Interesting. So they hold a few spots open. Look at that. There's a lot of open spots that are held as a first come, first serve. So that's nice to know. Which means if you get up there and you didn't have a reservation, there's a good chance you might be able to get a spot. Do it during the week. Don't wait until the weekend. If you wait till Friday night or afternoon, you're going to probably be out of luck. I hate to say that. I know it hurts, but if you want to reserve a spot on the weekend, you might as well get online and do it well ahead of time. So hope you found this helpful and informative. Thanks for watching. Safe travels wherever you go. Have a great day. Catch you later on part 2, and the next part's coming up. Bye.